What's up, awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 here, Justin, back here to do a video for you guys, and today I'm here to do a DVD and Blu-ray update. I have 3 DVDs that aren't available on Blu-ray, so I got them on DVD, and the rest are Blu-rays, mostly horror movie Blu-rays, but I got some other genres in here that I want to talk about and show you guys. I haven't done an update in the last, I'd say probably 2 months. It's been almost 2 months or it has been 2 months. And it's just because over the last 2 months I've just, slowly bought things. And so, I used to do these like every month, but I haven't bought as much. So this right here is just from like 2 months Blu-ray and DVD buying. And most of these I got for really good prices. So some I paid full price for, some I got good prices on them. So for me, I love when you can get great deals and good prices. But I'm gonna get started. I hope you guys enjoy this update and I hope you're all doing well. So let's get started with the DVDs. And the first one is a gay themed movie that I wanted to add to my collection. I saw this in a documentary that I'm going to be talking about soon. And I really wanted to see the movie, and for me, this was just one of the best gay-themed movies in my opinion, and it is And the Band Played On. This came out on HBO in the early 90s, I believe either 1990 or 1991, and it's one of the first movies that really talked about the AIDS epidemic that went on in the late 70s, early 80s, and I believe this movie takes place over 5 to 7 years. And it's just really trying to figure out what the disease was at the time, what was killing gay men. They had no idea what it was for a while. And then later on, they, figure out what it is, and they give it a name, which is AIDS. And so that's basically the plot of the movie, and it surrounds all different characters in this film. This has a great cast in it, a lot of great actors and actresses. Throughout the whole film, and I loved this. I thought it was an awesome movie, very emotional, but definitely awesome. And like I said, one I wanted to see after I watched a documentary that I'm about ready to talk about. But yeah, I had to pick this up. I got this for I think $8.99, so not too bad. Got it online, and I was happy to get this one. So, And the Band Played On. The next one is a Madonna movie, and it's cheesy. I watched it about four or 5 years ago, maybe 6. It's been a while, but as a kid I loved it, and it is a cheesy movie, but I love the film, and I'm a big Madonna fan, and it is Who's That Girl? They don't have this on Blu-ray, so I got it on DVD. Again, got it for I think $8.99, so not too bad. Brand new. And one I can't wait to rewatch, so it's been a while since I've seen this. I had it on VHS for a while, but I was like, you know what, wanted to get it on DVD. I'm a Madonna fan. I love the film, loved it as a kid. It is super cheesy, but one I wanted to add. So, Who's That Girl? This is the documentary I'm talking about, or that I mentioned when I talked about And the Band Played On, and it is The Celluloid Closet. Hopefully I said that right. But this is a documentary, gay-themed documentary, that talks about gay cinema, and it also talks about, gay undertones in other films that, even though they don't mention either gay characters, or they don't even mention the word gay, there is that undertone in it. And they talk about, decades of movies, and I just absolutely love this. I saw this about 4 or 5 months ago, and I thought it was such a great documentary. One of my favorite documentaries, and if you're a fan of documentaries, I recommend checking it out. I really enjoy this a lot. It's one I could definitely sit down and watch again and again. Very interesting, gives you a good insight into some of these movies. Like I said, even though they don't mention the word gay in the film, there is that undertone there. And these are some films that I saw, either growing up or I saw, a few years ago that I never would have thought there was a gay undertone. But after you watch the film, it does have, an insight into it, if that makes sense. I definitely see what they're talking about, basically. But yeah, I loved it. And like I said, if you're a fan of documentaries, I recommend checking it out. And if you're collecting gay-themed movies, pick this documentary up. It is awesome. So, The Celluloid Closet. Now going on to Blu-rays. The first 4 or the first 5 are not horror movie Blu-rays, but then the rest are. The first one is Kingsman. I got this for $9.99. Can't beat that. Kingsman, The Secret Service. I'm a huge fan of Matthew Vaughn's X-Men First Class, and I thought the movie Kick-Ass was a pretty good film. But I love this movie, and I love X-Men First Class. This one took me by surprise, though. I was not expecting much from it. I thought it was going to be a decent action movie, but I wound up loving it, and I had to pick it up. So for me, this was a must-buy, and I got it for a good price. So if you like, action movies, and you love, like, the Bond or the Secret Agent type of films, pick this up. So, Kingsman. The next one I got was Insurgent, and I don't know if I showed this in my last update. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done an update. But Insurgent, I thought it was a pretty good sequel. Not as good as the first one. I loved the first movie, but I thought this was a pretty good follow-up. Could have been better. I hope the last 2 are better movies. But like I said, I love the first one. That really surprised me, blew me away. I loved it. I had a lot of fun with it. This one, I felt like, there should have been more character development at times. The action was kind of toned down a little bit. But still, a good movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a solid sequel. And if you like the first one, or if you love the first one, definitely check this out. It is worth watching. For me, it's worth keeping in the collection because I do love this series overall. Overall, I love the series so far. But like I said, I hope the last 2 movies are better than this one. Wasn't completely bad, but kind of a letdown compared to the first movie. So, Insurgent. The next one is my favorite movie of the year so far. Star Wars is coming out, so it might change. I don't know. If this is not my favorite movie by the end of the year, it's definitely going to be my second favorite or my top 3. And it's Mad Max Fury Road. Just an excellent movie in my opinion. I thought this movie was fantastic. I saw it twice on the same weekend it came out in theaters, and I absolutely loved it. I would recommend anybody watch this. If you're a fan of the original Mad Max films, give it a watch. I think for me, it's a worthy film in the series, and it's my favorite one. I saw the Mad Max movies for the first time this year, and I love the first 2, and I thought Beyond the Thunderdome was pretty good, but I thought this was the best one in my opinion. I thought Charlize Theron did an amazing job. I thought Tom Hardy did a great job as Mad Max. I think Mel Gibson is definitely better, the reason why I say that is because, he's been through 3 movies. We know him as Mad Max. But for me, Tom Hardy is one of my favorite actors, and I still thought he did a great job in this film. Amazing action, amazing music. I love the fact that George Miller came back to direct this movie. He directed the first 3 films, so that was awesome that he came back, and this was just excellent in my opinion. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. If you want a fun action movie this year, check out Mad Max Fury Road. The next one is another favorite movie of mine this year, and I loved it in theaters, and I actually love it even more watching it again on Blu-ray, and it's Cinderella. I had to pick this one up. I loved it in theaters, but like I said, I love it even more watching it at home, sitting down, having a good time with it. It looks amazing on Blu-ray, and had to pick this one up. If you haven't seen Cinderella yet, for me this is Disney's best live-action adaptation from a cartoon series. I thought they did such an amazing job with it, and it's beautiful. It looks beautiful. All the colors, the setting, the acting is overall awesome. The music is great. I thought Kenneth, what's his name? I always get his last name wrong, but the director who directed Thor and also Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, I thought he did a great job directing this. But But yeah, I loved it. So I had to pick up Cinderella. Just, it was awesome. Must buy for me. I loved it in theaters. Had a good time with it. The last non-horror movie Blu-ray is just a favorite of mine that I had to get on Blu-ray, and I got it for a really good price, $8.99, brand new, and that is Romy and Micheles High School Reunion. It had been years since I had watched this movie. I watched it the other night. I love this film. It's so funny. It's still funny. I love it, so had to pick that one up. A lot of people know about this, but if you haven't seen it, check it out. And now going on to the horror movie Blu-rays, and I'm going to go through these pretty quick. The first one, and I don't think I showed this, is The Beast Within. And I got something else the day that this came out, or the day I got this, which was Dead Silence on Blu-ray. I forgot it. I'm not going to go and get it, but got Dead Silence on Blu-ray. Love that film. But The Beast Within, I started watching this film. I have to finish it, but what I saw I thought was decent. A little bit, definitely a slow movie. I'm going to plan on watching this in October and sit down and watch the whole film. I think the night I watched this I was really tired too. So I want to sit down and re-watch The Beast Within and finish it and be more awake when I watch it. But I had to pick up The Beast Within because it's always been one I've wanted to see. I watched the trailer a couple years ago and I loved the trailer. And I'm a big werewolf fan. I like werewolf movies, so I love The Howling, I love American Werewolf in London. Those are some of my favorites, and I wanted to pick this up, so I plan to finish this movie in October, and I might do a review in October. Just a random review. I'm trying to come up with something fun to do in October, so I've got some ideas that I'll talk about in a future video and announce. So, but The Beast Within, pick that up. Like I said, gotta finish it though. The next one I got really cheap, and while I didn't love this movie, I thought, it was pretty good film, and, definitely going to watch it again in October, and it's Annabelle, so pick this up really cheap. The Conjuring is way better, in my opinion. This one for me is just fun. It's not really scary. There's one or two moments that I had chills and I was kind of cringing a little bit. But when I watch The Conjuring, that whole movie just freaks me out, in my opinion. Where Annabelle is just kind of a fun prequel. Could have been better, yes. But, like I said, I got this really cheap, so I wanted to pick it up so I can watch it again in October when I watch The Conjuring. Or this month. I'm starting to watch horror movies around this time, so Annabelle. The next one I got was Life Force. Rebought this one, gave it another watch, and I have to say, I really like it. I don't love it. Again, like some others, it is slow. It is a slow movie. It's a bit long. Not really long, but I don't know. It's a pretty long film, but it's a good, solid Tobe Hooper movie that I wanted to add to my Tobe Hooper collection. I feel like he's one of the most underrated directors. He did one major movie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that a lot of people recognize him for. Poltergeist, he directed that movie, but a lot of people say that's a Steven Spielberg film. And I have to agree, but he did direct that film, so I give him credit where that is. That's a classic movie as well. But films like The Funhouse and Eaten Alive and movies like Life Force are very underrated Tobe Hooper films and not ones that a lot of people know of. If you're not a die-hard horror movie fan, you don't know about Funhouse or Life Force or Eaten Alive. But yeah, I wanted to add it to the collection, and I really like the film. I don't love it, but definitely worth owning, and I love that artwork. Just awesome. The next one was an upgrade. I got this recently. Paid $18.99 for it. So a little pricey, but still worth owning because I love the film and I rewatched it on Blu-ray last night. And if you have the Lionsgate DVD, definitely upgrade to this. Better transfer. And it's Night of the Demons 2. Love the film. I love the movie. I love the first film. I love the second one. Third one I used to love. I think it's okay now. It's one of those so bad it's good movies. Just really cheesy. And this one's cheesy too. But the third one's super cheesy. And I love the remake. It's been a while since I've seen the remake, but I thought that was such a fun remake. So, but overall, I'm a huge fan of the Night of the Demons series, and I think 1 and 2 are definitely the better films. So, had to pick up Night of the Demons 2 on Blu-ray, and I love that artwork so much better than the Lionsgate DVD artwork. The next one is an upgrade again. I love the film. It's one of my favorite movies and just a very bizarre film and an underrated movie. Phantom of the Paradise. Yes. So Scream Factory. This one came out about almost 2 years ago, or, a year ago or almost 2 years ago. So I wanted to finally get it, and I got it for $16.99, so not too bad. So, Phantom of the Paradise. If you don't know what this movie is, it's a early Brian De Palma film, I believe before he even directed Carrie. And it's, it's not a straight up musical, but it has musical moments in it. It's basically a 70s version of Phantom of the Opera. So, Phantom of the Paradise, love it. And the last one I have not seen, but I got it for, I think it was $3.50 I got this for. And it's Stonehearst Asylum. I tried to find some new horror movies to watch this October, and I found this one, so I picked that up. So, I have not watched it yet, but I'm a big fan of Edgar Allan Poe, if I said that right. I'm terrible. Don't hate. But I wanted to pick this up and give it a watch this October. So, trying to get some new horror movies. I like upgrading on things, but I also like finding new horror movies to watch. I'm getting more into that. We're upgrading. If I can get it for a good price, I'll pick it up. I gotta get People Under the Stairs and Shocker, but I might wait until my birthday and get those with possible birthday money. And same with Eaten Alive on Blu-ray from Arrow. But I want to start getting some new horror movies and add them to the collection. And I got this for a good price, so gonna watch this this October. Stonehearst Asylum. So anyway, guys, that is my update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back this week with another video. I got a package from my brother, Resident Mania 77 here on YouTube. He sent me a package, so I want to do a video to him and show off the goodness that he sent me. So, hope you guys are all doing well. As always, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. And with the positive, out with the negative. I'll talk to you guys soon. And go eat some Skittles. Alright, guys.